Hello, beautiful Aries. Welcome to your reading. Let's dive into right away and see what's coming your way. This is your reading for this month, and we're looking first inside the cup, and then we're going to jump into your tarot. There's a very restrictive circle around here. This is your unseen space, okay? And it is protected. There's nothing in there, but this is also protected that nothing is going in there. This can tell me that maybe you have a limited vision of certain things. And this can be scary, guys. This can be really scary when you don't see a way out of a certain situation. Okay, so you might be feeling safe in an environment, but you're not really exploring. I see an archer right here. What's outside, which seems to me archer is a progress, okay, that you can progress, you can reach to, like as far as the arrow goes. However, maybe you're keeping yourself in a place limited. Okay, this can be about a relationship. Maybe you're confusing loyalty with with slavery. I'm gonna say it because sometimes we think, instead of thinking ourselves just worshiping to someone or just protecting someone, because Aries, I don't think you do worship. I think you think that the person or the situation that you're keeping isolated, it requires your protection, but no one does. Okay, and if there's an adult in the scene, basically, they don't need protection. And if there are children, and if they are in that kind of situation, that are seeing disagreement all day, every day, that's not even healthy for their brains, okay? I'm not going to use certain keywords, but basically you probably know what I'm talking about. I see a tree of life growing here, and there is a camel sitting on top of it. The road is opening for some of you. This means it can be either travel, this can be also different life choice. And camel represents resilience, and you might be heading to a new direction that is going to call for resilience. Okay, this means that if you make this choice to move on, move forward, I'm not going to say this is going to take forever to be resilient, but until the camel is sitting down, so until the first break, let's say, because the camels do not really travel. They do travel for hours and days, but they take breaks. Okay, so that's why until the first break, you might want to keep moving, or you might have to keep moving. However, this is not a bad thing, because I told you there's a tree of life under it. So the seed that you're planting is going to bring something for the long-term stability, structure, which you would love to have, okay? Because you're the emperor, you have the emperor energy, like the throne, basically, that you're gonna have like an established throne that you can sit on. By the way, if you're new here, this is Divine Light, and if you haven't already, give this one a thumbs up. Go ahead, hit the subscribe button. It's a free way to see more of these and also support the channel. I see here the servant. I don't know if you can see what I see. There's a person here. Let me zoom in. Head, collar, tray in his hand. He has a mini version of himself, and he's serving your camel something. The thing that he's serving is a crown, basically. That's why I said it's not going to take too long for you to receive the authority position. This can be at home. That's why I said, like, maybe you're going through something at home or enduring some things happening. But as soon as you make a decision to move forward, or maybe do something more beneficial for you, the system is going to change. And this can be someone, like I said, Count Dracula, but it's not. It can be someone vicious. And I feel if Count Dracula was a zodiac, it could be maybe a Scorpio. So this can be someone who likes the dark energy, okay? But they're serving you crown. So I'm going to go with two things. This can be someone who's actually draining you, annoying you, and or helping you. Either way, when you get on the camel and say, you know what, get out of my path, I'm doing what I want to do, they're going to hand you over the crown. Then you're going to be the decision maker. You're the emperor. And I feel like you are already that. And this can be someone trying to prevent you to go higher, increase your wealth, increase your power. That's why maybe they're bringing the dark. I keep like, this is the cloak, guys. Imagine I have a cloak and I keep covering myself with that. Okay, so that's how I feel. That's why he's trying to cover your enthusiasm with that dark cloak. And it seems like they're gonna hand you the crown when you're decisive. There's a hook behind him. Hook can be the hook that you're going to use, or he might be also trying to use another hook. This can be like a second chance you're giving them. You're not giving them a second chance. Taking crown from them is not a second chance you're giving them. Okay, this is you claiming your authority and power here. This can be the second week's conversation that you claim your power, and take the hook away from their hand as well. Meaning, if you're giving so much power to what's going on outside of you, their people's opinions, the events, you're taking that out of their hand because you are very powerful. I can assure you that every time you talk about someone, criticize someone, gossip, you give them your energy. And when you look at them, they're thriving. This means that you have given them a lot of your energy. That's why they're thriving. That's why take your power back. And you're taking your power back, and you're actually taking the hook away so they cannot hook you back, okay? And I see here, there's many things. I see like a hockey player with a, first of all, sliding coming towards you. This can indicate a strong personality. Another thing with the hockey players, I don't know who they are. I'm not a fan, but I keep getting a reference. I keep seeing hockey stick for the last couple videos here. Their job is to defend, fight, be aggression. Okay, this can be someone sliding into your life, but there's an angel in front of them, and they might have this kind of, you might see that as passion, but they might trying to bring aggression, and the angel is actually trying to block them. I see a coffee grinder here too. There's an old type of coffee grinder. They sell it in the gift shops in my country, like that, a small thing that you put the coffee in, then grind it. It kind of looks like that as well. And coffee is also an aggressive drink, if you don't know that, because caffeine that we drink, if you drink too much of it, it can create aggression. It can make you jittery. So this can be a person really triggering some parts of you coming in. And I see they're coming in with a chunk of money as well. And there's also, I told you, the angel is blocking them. And I feel like here, angel is blocking them because you might want to get into an agreement without striking a deal, without negotiating what you truly want. That's why I see 2 feet here, that you're actually putting your feet down. This can be, aggression of this person can be about they want to haggle you down maybe. When you put your 2 feet down, I think you're going to guarantee the part that you're going to get, because I feel like you might have been in this kind of agreements before and maybe betrayed because you didn't shake hands, you didn't strike a deal first. And it seems like this time you're learning to do that. And the angel can be a person, they're calling you outside, they're showing you, look, you have something here. You don't have to agree because they offer something better, because they might not be offering anything at all. So be aware of what you have. And it seems like here, when you put your foot down, the fire above it is what you're going to get. Something better, something maybe something that will be promised to you. That's the good part. This is the second week time I see. So you might have a conversation with somebody, or it can be within you too. Let's put it that way as well. Maybe that part of you who wants to jump into things, do things, because that's how the energy of hockey and coffee is also, like, you are there, and sometimes you can be aggressive, but this time you need to change that a little bit. We have a dragon showing up here. It kind of looks like an old dragon. There's a triangle under it. Triangle is, I think, it's fire energy here. Even if it's not, I want to interpret that way. So it seems like here, fire is your passion, your love of life, your adventure sense, and contained, meaning planning out what you're going to do with that energy. Instead of just jumping into things, maybe grabbing a pen and paper, making a to-do list for yourself every day. That's going to be important here. containing the dragon and directing it towards the right direction. Dragon can be another person. I told you in the beginning, there's fire energy coming through. Maybe finding someone compatible with you. That's going to be also an agreement that you're going to do, like a soulmate agreement. Soulmates can be regular friends, very good friends, can be relationships, lovers. And they have a heart shape above their head too, and this person is contained in a box. Like I said here, it's just a social contract you're going to make, is going to have like set rules here, because sometimes you make social agreements with people, you tell them where your boundaries are, they still go violated, and that is actually every time you allow someone that has violated your boundaries to come back into your life, you're betraying yourself. Okay, self-betrayal is actually the thing takes you out of your own authentic path. There's a writer and speaker, Caroline Myss, MYSS, and she talks about this, like, when do you know that you are actually living your authentic life purpose? And she says, when you're not betraying yourself. And I feel like here, this dragon, even though dragon is a fire animal, it seems be see in the movies, they're out of control, they need to be tamed really well, or whatever it is. This dragon is your kind. They're gonna be aligned with you. They're not going to ask you to betray yourself. Okay, that's the differentiation here. And I see you here as a ram right there. One ram first. I see the horns are appearing here over a V. That's going to be this first step of a victory for you, and that's going to maybe even lead you towards a victory. V kind of looks like a paper to me. This can be something maybe you wanted to always get coming forward. It can be material satisfaction, a tool for your like needs, and then your head is appearing here too. So the horn is the authority, and it's appearing first, and then you put it on your head, meaning you're taking charge of the situation and pursuing, continuing it. Okay, I see phone lines forming here out of nowhere. Some people might call you. I see a smiley face, kind of looks like a what is that animal? Jumping animal, frog. Frog can be someone. Maybe you watched progress really fast in life, like can jump from one place to another, one situation to another real quickly. And tadpoles, they produce a lot. Maybe this person is a really someone who can produce a lot of value and then like increase it very fast. And they're going to show up in your life. I don't think this is someone you know, but phone lines are forming. So phone lines, email lines. When I say lines, on top here, it kind of reminds me when you're taking a road trip. Back in the day, it's not common anymore. On the side of the road, we used to see this telephone lines, okay? This is what I see here. These are communication lines opening for you with this person. Let's dive into your saucer now. If you have a specific question, a desire, an intention, hold it in your mind. Okay, something is happening rather quickly. I see a crescent moon here. You can see the snake, the tongue is out. Snake is in your heart, so I'm going to say this is a healing. Your desire is something, okay, that has still some time. It's coming halfway, then it's going to move forward. But snake in your case here, the tongue is like sticking out, intimidating someone maybe, or speaking to you, giving you direction about which way to go for a healing. Can you see the bottom here? Again, you have something you're protecting. You have, there's a man sitting down here on top of a rabbit. Rabbits are actually a symbol of abundance, okay? Strong, because they multiply really fast. It means that the abundance flowing to you very fast. The symbols of rabbits is very good for that. However, someone is sitting on there and you're keeping this person in your heart because maybe if you get better than them, if you let your bunnies to multiply, and if you can be free financially or physically or abundant in what you do, you might be losing this person here. Okay, this can be someone that you want to keep in your life and you don't want to lose them. I see tears of joy falling. By the way, it's outside in the first week. It can be some good news coming. But I'm going to explain to you this person. Even though you want to keep this person, they can be the Dracula. Okay, they can be maybe in their nature. They cannot stop themselves to use and do things that are not preferable. That's why for the sake of saving your bunnies and multiply your bunnies, you might want to break the wall and let this person maybe even go of the position that you placed them. This can be a mother figure, father figure. I saw a masculine figure, an authority figure that you're worshiping, that you think they have the holy word. What they're saying is the word of God. Okay, I know Aries is not really your nature to believe in this kind of things. However, it's showing up. So maybe you need to take a very hard look on that. And when you release yourself out of the binds and burdens of this person, it seems like it can even bring some quick financial success. Okay, successes. Let's see what else we have here. Six of Pentacles is, if you're dependent on this person, and if you're wondering, if I break free, am I gonna, what's going on? Am I gonna be successful? Six of Pentacles meaning is actually your desires, needs, and wants, goals are gonna be fulfilled spontaneously by divine, the creator of all that is, okay? This also will give you an upper hand that you're gonna be able to help others with what's coming into your life. What comes through, you're gonna have a doubt about it. Okay, first of all, we have a farmer here planted his seeds and the crops are growing, but he's still like, it's growing, there are pentacles on there, but he's like, did I plant the right seed? Should I wait a little further? Should I just dig it up and look at it, or what should I do? Doubting his actions here. And I feel like, or like the help is coming. Is this really for me? Is this true? If something is not taking from you, it's just giving it to you. And I'm not talking about like internet stuff, scams and such. There's stuff happening on the internet. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about this can be even coming to you as a good advice. When you take it, it will work other things in your life. It will work out. It can be, maybe you have something that you need to pay and it's being a pain in the bee, and you're finding someone, can be a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, can be an accountant, or can be someone who can actually put it in a way that you can get rid of it maybe in the next 6 months. However, it will be taken care of forever, and that the burden will be lifted off of your mind and body. Okay, so it's a solution here. Let's try to put the tarot into realistic settings here. But still you're doubting, oh, is this gonna still work? Even though you see it's working. Okay, don't doubt what's coming your way. Eight of Wands is a many positive opportunities appearing in front of you. And Eight of Swords is mentally you're saying, no, they're not for me. I cannot do that. They wouldn't like me. I don't have the skills for that. Let me tell you, everything coming into your life is actually these wands, the passion, the things that you're passionate about is falling onto the ground, to Mother Earth, and they're coming for you. What you need to do in this situation, the Queen of Wands is your confident self, okay? She is sitting on her throne, confident. And the black cat symbolizes that she's unconventional. She doesn't care about what others think, because here you're stuck in that thought. Like, what are they going to say about me? Okay, so even if one person listening to this, even if you're thinking that, you need to get back into your Aries full fire energy. When you do, you're going to break through. And this is the finish line that you're going to come to. This can also thinking, I don't have the resources for that. I cannot do that. I cannot go there. I cannot, basically, the way to get out of there is being full of who you are. And the second thing about this is just doing something spontaneous. I am not talking about being reckless. It's not reckless. It's the different thing. Spontaneous means maybe you don't usually take a bus and go to the town next door and have your lunch there. That's something spontaneous. That confuses that fixed mindset, that I cannot do that mindset, okay? Because it says like, what is she doing? I don't know what she's doing. She's doing something different. He's doing something different. Why is he doing that? And then you trick that mind and show that mind, I'm doing something different, and that's okay and that's safe, okay? Four of Wands is coming to the finish line. It's actually completing a cycle, and it is maybe a celebration of a wedding, a victory, coming to, the olive here. Olive branches olives here, green olives, symbolize the peace coming forward. Grapes on the vine can symbolize abundance and multiplication. We have a church right here, or a building, let's say. It's actually a holy place that you're going to enter into, which will support your life purpose, okay? Following that, we have a new idea. You're not going to stop there. And this can be an opportunity to speak your truth, find yourself in an environment you're respected, because I see Page of Cups here. Somebody's offering fish for your creative ideas. Fish can be indicative of wealth, abundance, resources, money, and plenty of fish in the sea and other options, basically. And this is going to come from a very innocent and loving place. Okay, Page of Cups is a very innocent and loving energy. Let's see, your planet came forth here for you. We have Jupiter, your confidence, courage, self-belief, and luck. This wants to shine this month, okay? So you need to really tap into your Aries energy to achieve this successful outcome. And if you have drawn to this card, which you did, the current universal energy is focused on your confidence, courage, sense of self-belief, and potency. So the more you believe that you can, you will. Okay? Material prosperity is often a matter of how rich you will allow yourself to become. Since we can unconsciously limit ourselves by not wanting to be greedy or believing that we're not worth more, your luck streak is now activated. So think rich and abundant. Think and grow rich, basically. Maybe this is, I can give monthly. Just comment down below, let me know. Books. I read a lot of, or listen to audiobooks. And you might actually pick up and read Think and Grow Rich, okay, this month. That can be your, book club, book reading. Your conviction and sense of omnipotence are rallied, but beware of arrogance, overconsumption, overexpansion, or overly dangerous risks. Like I said, you don't have, when I say do something different, I'm not telling you to get on the bus and go to 8 hours far away somewhere and get lost there. That's not what I'm talking about. Just do little bit changes. You may well be right, but be careful how to assert what you're talking about as well. This is basically, don't argue with those, I feel. That's a saying, and this is not being offensive. The saying is not being offensive. It's the translation from my language. They say don't argue with ignorance. Don't argue with ignorance. There's a word for the ones that they know how to read and write, because illiterate and ignorant, because they're trying to force what they know, maybe so little, to you when you argue with them. It's not their intention to teach you something. It's their intention to defend themselves, okay? And that will actually cause you to lose energy. So we have here, rest is important during this time. So I feel like progress is coming in, and some of you are going to really take massive leaps. In between those leaps, even the mountains are sleeping there. So you should take that, give that to yourself. If you can, like a couple hours of naps during the day, if you can, or meditation time for 10 to 20 minutes. There's such meditations that give you life. Even 20 minutes, you wake up from that, or you open your eyes very energized. Do that for yourself, and that will basically recharge you full power. That will give you the energy to move forward with your desires. Okay, all right, beautiful. That's all for today. Hope you enjoy your reading. If you do, I'm going to leave some more readings on the screen for you, and if you go on to enjoy this, give this one a thumbs up. Go ahead, hit subscribe. I wish you all a magical day. Bye. Hit the subscribe and join the family.